Hi everyone. I know it's been about a year now, I think, since I've uploaded onto the channel, but I just wanted to come back and say hello and let you all know kind of what I've been up to over the past year and like kind of why I took a little bit of a break. Well, not like a little break, a year's kind of a bit, but to me it was very much well needed. Um, But I do just want to say that I am still here and doing and plan on doing readings and plan to be still active in the YouTube community here. So, sorry, I'm just sitting in a space right now where just a lot's coming to me, and I want everybody to know that like I appreciate the ongoing support of the channel and the videos and all of the kind words and all of the nice things that all of you have said and commented and have emailed me, and it's just so nice to just feel all of that love and to know that there's a community here. And I didn't mean to be absent from the community, but more so I just needed to do a little bit of work with myself and so that I could still be me, and I feel like everyone has times where they need to just take time for themselves. And a lot shifted in my life. Like a lot has changed in the course of a year. Like when I tell you like so much has changed. Like my environment is completely different. Like there's just new things happening, and I just had a lot of change to adjust to. And I had a lot of things going on within my own family that I had to prioritize. And so now that I'm in a different space and I've had time to kind of like reflect on things, like I feel like I can come back and put myself back out here a little bit more. And if it's kind of hard to explain without totally over explaining everything that's been happening, but if you get it, you get it. Um, and so I just want you guys to know that I love you guys so much, and I'm still here and still like ready to connect, and just had to take a little bit of time for myself to kind of push through some things and grow through some things and make some really big decisions. And it's just that point, and I'm sure everybody at some point will be able to relate to that, especially with family changes and environment changes and, like, well, what am I doing in my life changes, like big career moves, like where am I going? What am I doing? What do I want to move towards? What do I want to, who do I want to continue to become? Like a lot of soul searching has been taking place over the last year. And honestly, in my experiences just with the people around me in that break that I've taken, I've noticed that a lot of people around me were kind of in a time of change, in a time of shifting, in a time of growing, in a time of learning. And sometimes you just really have to dive into it and really absorb what's going on around you and be present in the moment. And I felt like back when everything started to shift and change, I was kind of um, not over exhausting myself, but I just had to kind of pull back a little bit and give my attention to other areas of my life that needed to take priority. And so I'm still here and I still plan on making videos and connecting. I am back in school now. I went back to college. So I'm going back full time. I would like to start doing readings again, but my days that I can only do my readings are very limited because of my school schedule. And it's pretty much well just Fridays that are open for that. Um, so again, yeah. So I'm still kind of navigating like kind of where stepping back into this and whatnot. So I just want to be completely open and just share like my thoughts with you all, whoever sees this video and wants to connect. So but I do plan on doing like a little spread here. That's why I have my cards. um and just kind of see what comes out. Just a general reading for whoever sees this video, whoever wants to connect with this video. Whoever feels pulled to watch this video, I know I kind of like babbled a little bit in the beginning, but I'll put a timestamp like kind of where I start talking about the reading more so. So I'll just grab my little notepad so I don't forget to write that down. But yeah, no, there's just been so much change going on in my life, and I felt like I couldn't show up in areas the way that I want it to show up. And so I felt like I had to pull back to really refocus myself and ground myself and really kind of put my ducks in a row for a minute. Just a lot's changed, and obviously it goes in both ways. There's really positive change, and then there's also some change that carried a lot of processing, and carried a lot of me working through different parts of myself that I wasn't didn't really know. I haven't faced that yet, because I'm actually 28 years old, so I'm still kind of stepping into like my 30s, stepping into that part of life, and it just brings different things that I haven't had to face yet in my 20s, if that makes sense, which I'm sure everybody's going to be able to connect with that who is over 28. I'm sure everybody can connect with that at some point. It's just like growing pains, really. But again, that's the beauty of life, though. That's the experience of life, and it's amazing. And I'm here for it, and I'm embracing every day of it, which I hope everyone is. So hopefully the good outweighs the not so good, and it can turn to something positive at the end of the day. I don't know why I just felt like I needed to say that, but again, somebody will connect with that for sure. But I hope everyone's been doing well, and I hope everybody's been just taking time for themselves, taking care of themselves, prioritizing all the good things in life. So I kind of want to dive into a little bit of a read. I have some messages that are starting to come through, but I really want the focus of like this read just to be for, whoever connects with it, whatever messages need to come out, for the highest good, that everybody needs to know, or wants to know, or is curious to know, So there's like a big focus on land. I'm just seeing like agriculture and crops, and like I know we're in fall now, so I'm seeing like a field, like crops and field. So maybe that's like, this is significant, like obviously like the changing of the seasons, the equinox, there's also an emphasis on like being still, listening, being still. There's there was like a transformation period that kind of went on, and I feel like a lot of people kind of all collectively worked through some type of an energy that maybe carried some confusion, but there's a redirection to land. There's a redirection to like agriculture, land, food, emphasis on food. Like nourishing your bodies is like really important right now, like when it comes to like just eating good food, like eating food that is really nutritious. I don't know why that was really hard for me to say. I almost said Trish, like Trish the name, but it's like an emphasis on like eating really good food, like for this, like for your body, for the soul, with nutrients. There's nutrients, like maybe there's an emphasis on maybe like an awareness is coming to, like, maybe there's more of a focus on eating, I guess, more naturally. Maybe there's a group of people that have really gotten into like agriculture and farming. Maybe somebody wants to study that, like study food, nutrition, or like nutrients in soil, and like how it connects into like our food and like the agricultural system. Like there's a couple different things that are coming to me with this. Like plants, food, the study of like the water and the soil and the pH balance, and like how all of that contributes to the nutrients in the foods that we're eating and with the soil that it's being grown in. There's a focus on that. So let's see what else we can get beyond just food. And like soils and stuff. I mean, maybe somebody's thinking about going to school for that. Or maybe somebody has studied that, or maybe there's like an interest in that. Maybe somebody is like thinking about like maybe taking a class in it, like maybe like a cooking class, or maybe somebody's like a biology major, or was a biology major, is a biology teacher, really has an interest in biology, botany, herbalism, nutrition, like a nutritionalist. I'm here, like, even like acupuncture. Like there's a group of people. Like it's like not just one person, like it's a group of people. Like kind of coming together. So I don't know, like maybe like this is interesting. I've never gotten really like a message like that before. But it's like a group of people. So this is interesting. I know it's upside down right now. I'll flip it back over. So, again, we have Middle World, which is the card that represents here, the right now, the earth, our everyday earth. I'll flip it up so that you guys can see this. So there's insects and feathers. So support, restoration, and present. So trying to adjust the camera here so that you can see kind of what I'm working with. But you see what I mean? Like there's an emphasis, like it's like crop, like I almost see like crop, and then there's feathers, and then there's insects, and then there's a horse outside of like what looks to be like a little cottage by the tree, and it's like this horse is like in a field, and it's like kind of like an agricultural feel to it, where like I even see like a farm in this, like a farmhouse, a farmland. There's land involved. Like maybe somebody's going to inherit land that's a farmland, or like is farmland, and it's like you just decide that you want to like grow a bunch of crops and like really get into like the science behind it. Or like maybe there's like I'm seeing like farming, like seriously, like actual like farming, but it's like everyday people farming, like not just like farmers, like this is like people farming, like going out in their own yards, building it. So I don't know, maybe somebody has like a dream of that, like maybe like homesteading, support with it, like there's support. It's like giving back to the earth, giving back to you, giving back to the earth. So like as you give back to the earth, you give back to you, and the earth gives back to you in abundance, and you give back in abundance. Like it's a whole cycle. And it's feeding the insects, it's feeding the animals and the crops, and it's having abundance. And so there's a couple different things I'm going to kind of spin around with this, because I'm seeing like a series of things, like multiple different things. So just bear with me as I kind of get all of what's coming out. So I'm seeing there's an emphasis. It's like a biology emphasis, like science, insects, agriculture. I don't know if somebody studies this already or somebody already works in this profession. But this is somebody who already has time in a field. This is somebody who has wisdom, like in years, in experience. This can also be creating something, weaving something together, seeing the dream, seeing the vision of it. building it, weaving it with creativity, but it's like being inclusive. There's something about being inclusive. There's a lot of inclusiveness, bringing people together of all kinds, like bringing species, bringing insects, bringing all different kinds of things together. It's like an inclusivity and like even like to a scientific degree. Like I don't even know if that even makes sense, but that's like how it's being put to me. Like that's how I'm seeing it. And then I'm seeing like these feathers as being like hopes and dreams and wishes and like everybody's intentions coming together for some big project or some big like, I mean, I guess project's really the word, like, but it's bigger than a project. It's like an experience. Like I don't know, like what is this? It feels very collective, like it's like a group of people. And then it's present, it's very focused in today. And again, here's plant medicine right under that card too. So there's a big emphasis on this. It's like groups of people working together, like sharing the same idea, or like having the same intention, having the same belief, having the same approach to something. This is a really interesting card. Like this insects card is really interesting. And I don't mean to keep it upside down, but I'm just like absorbing everything that I see on it, and it's just a lot of information and details are popping out to me. But this is about support and networking, and it's like coming together with people, restoring something, bringing something together. And it's like a harvest in it, like where it's like harvesting this hard work and like bringing something together to like have something to like show for it. Like I don't know how else to put that. And then it's like middle world. It's a present moment. It's the present world we live in. It's where all of us live. It's where all of us co-create. It's where all of us come together. I don't know if somebody has like an idea for this, or like already has this in process, or like I don't know, maybe there's some community like gathering that's going to take place where it's like a collective, it's like a collective group of people doing something together to build something together. I mean, I'm even seeing like a community garden being built, like a community garden being built in a community for people to have resources, to have food, to have what's needed. And this is like truth. So I keep being brought back to like food and like being aware of what we put into our bodies when it comes to like what we eat on like an everyday basis. So like I don't know if maybe people have like, I don't know, like maybe if like it's like I'm seeing like groups of people like stepping up and like taking care of themselves in different ways, even like with food related things where it's like somebody maybe did like an allergy test, or like is looking to see if they have a gluten allergy, or is looking to see if they have a dairy allergy, or is looking to see if they have like an allergy to sugar, even like there can be like a sensitivity to sugars. And so it's like finding that, like switching foods to get like this feeling of like everything coming back into harmony. And it's like with a solution of food. Like I don't know how else to describe it. It's like maybe somebody has been experiencing a lot of anxiety, or has been experiencing a lot of like random like little things, and it's like maybe and see, I gotta watch what I say, because I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a dietitian or anything like that. But there might be somebody might have a food sensitivity that's causing something to happen, that's causing anxiety, or might be causing like an upset stomach and it's causing anxiety, or it's like, I mean, even like acid reflux. Like there's just a lot here with that, and I just have to be careful where I step. So obviously, like talk to, your doctor, kind of thing. But there might be a connection between a food allergy and a symptom, and how your body feels, and how like sleep quality like sleeping at night, like sleep quality, connection to food, energy levels, connection to food. There's a huge emphasis on this. I feel like somebody is going to stumble upon this and feel like they either know somebody or it's like some connection here where it's gonna, like, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. Let me see what else I can kind of get. Let me pull from here. I think the read, I forgot to write it down. I think the read started around like 6 minutes, 6-minute mark. I'll just leave it there and fast forward from there. Sorry. Okay, so see, I gotta be careful how I say this because I keep going towards a physical symptom. There could be some anxiety going on. There could be some, like, confusion, brain fog, sluggishness. I don't know, like, talk to a doctor or whoever you talk to, naturopath, whoever you go to, who is a professional at what they do, and maybe explore maybe food sensitivities, allergies. Because you could be having a sensitivity to something and not realize it. You could be eating something and it's making you feel some type of way and you don't realize it. And I know it sounds wild, but everything's connected. Body, food, like everything we put into our body has an effect, like, to how we feel. And not every like, one person's body is completely different than someone else's. So there could be confusion here, like, moving past the food subject, there could be confusion here about where to go. Like, maybe you're thinking about moving and you're not sure where to move. I feel like you're gonna find a group of people in a place that you travel to, and I don't know if it's like a long travel or like a short travel type of trip, but it's like, I feel like you're gonna go somewhere and you're gonna, like, meet a bunch of people or, like, meet a group of people and you're gonna, like, fall in love with this place. And it's like it's like a dream. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like the perfect little house on a little area. It's like, so if somebody is, like, worried about, like, moving, not finding somewhere, you're gonna find somewhere. You're gonna find it. Just give it time. Have faith. Have, like, hold out faith that you're gonna find that place that's for you. Reshape your thoughts from being a thought of, like, I'll never get out of this place, to I can't wait until I'm walking into my new house, into my safe new house, into my beautiful new house, whatever it is. Change your thought around the situation that you might be in now, because it's not forever. Like, the situation that you might be in now is not forever. So reshape your thoughts to bring that closer to you, to bring that clarity closer to you. It'll clear up that fog, because sometimes we can get stuck in a narrative. So there's a narrative here. There can be a narrative here. There's an awareness of the narrative that you're telling yourself. Maybe there was a hyperfixation on food. And maybe now somebody is changing the way that they feel about food, changing their relationship with food. Embracing new people, new things, new experiences, transformation, gaining wisdom through an experience. There's also a change in a relationship of how people connect with agriculture. Again, I'm being pulled back to that collective group of people where it's like a collective group of people, like, I don't know how else to break that down. It's just like a group of people coming together, but breaking out of like that old thought pattern and making it happen. I don't know if like a group of people are going to come together maybe in a city and do like a community garden. Because I see that here, where it's like in the middle of somewhere where it feels impossible. You create something beautiful. That's a little beyond just the city garden thing, but it's that feeling here, where it's like beyond feeling like you can't do something, you're going to do it. You have the support. There's something being restored here, bringing something together. It's like a harvest. Like some type of hard work is paying off. Like somebody worked really hard on something and it's going to bring you exactly what you worked for. But there's some type of like narrative that is holding this from being clear, if that makes sense. And so reshaping your thoughts surrounding the situation that you might currently be in will be helpful to bring this closer, or more, the vision more clear, the pathway clearer. Because somebody might be having a hard time seeing a pathway to something, seeing how to get from point A to point B. Like somebody might be having a hard time figuring that out. But there's a group of people, there's something being offered here, I'm seeing as well, like somebody offering like a hand, or like offering assistance. But it's a collective too, at the same time. Like it gives me chills, honestly. Because I just, like, it's so, like, whoa, like it's really cool. Like this energy is powerful. It's like not realizing the power that you hold in your ability to create in the present. There's this vision. And I feel like something is being illuminated. And there's also like something coming to me about like embracing being in the sunlight, like embracing the sun, because I feel like there's a connection or somebody trying to like do something, and it's that feeling of not having like, see, like this kind of, hold on, let me just kind of backtrack a little bit. There's a, when you want to dream, when you want to bring something in, like, don't be afraid to use the sun. Like, the sun is creation. The sun is the life giver. Like, as much as the moon in different ways, like, the moon and the sun are equally as potent with their energy and what they do. And there's an emphasis on understanding the difference between the moon and the sun. And to bring in creation involves the sun, and to work with creation involves being in the sun, embracing the sun. Like, there's something about the sun with creation and embracing it and going outside and like working with that sunlight, that beam of sun, that sunshine. And then you have the mind here. Let me pull another one of these cards. Ooh, that was a lot. You might have a moment of like clarity where it just comes to you all of a sudden in like the least expected way. So you have totality, ripeness. Okay, so I feel like I know this whole reading the cards have been upside down, and I am so sorry for that. I have just been really diving into the images of them, and sometimes it's a little hard for me to like get the clear image out when I'm looking at it upside down. So I apologize. Don't come for me, don't come for me. Seriously. I get lost in the messages. So we have, here's the mind, and then we had ripeness come out with totality and breakthrough. With this tells me that there's going to be some type of like action that's gonna take place where somebody's gonna like you gotta take it. Like, I don't know what this is, but you gotta take this opportunity. Somebody's gonna give you an opportunity, you gotta take it, or you're gonna take it. Like, you might have doubts about some type of opportunity, but don't have doubts, because this opportunity is going to lead to a really big breakthrough where there's going to be a lot of ripeness and abundance and beauty, and it's like right when the fruit is the sweetest. You know what I mean? Like, there's something here, but it's trusting in a process. It's trusting in your ability to get there. It's trusting in the ability that it's going to be made clear to you. But I think there are some limiting beliefs and a narrative that one might be telling themselves. And also there could be a connection again to food. I don't know what this is, but there's a connection to food. I don't know if maybe somebody is like looking into that. But see, this could mean that too. That could mean the same thing. But see, this narrative is not... I feel like, okay, so there could be some situation where somebody is in a situation where there's a lot of like negative talk, like a lot of negative talk. It might not be you, it might be the people around you that have a lot of negative talk and have a lot of narratives that maybe you just don't subscribe to. You're like, hey, I just don't feel that way. Like, but you're gonna get out of whatever situation you're in. And I feel like it's like a leap of faith. Like, I feel like it's kind of like you feel like it's a leap of faith, or you feel like it's a big jump. But there's support here. There's something here that's going to catch you. There's a lot of abundance here. There's a lot of direction here. But there's something that hasn't been made clear yet, and I feel like it has to do with, I don't know, it's something... Like, I don't know if maybe in the past there were a lot of negative experiences around dealing with a group of people. Like, I don't know if there was, like say for example, like when you, like back in high school or like back in middle school or elementary school, whatever it might have been, somebody could have experienced just like a lot of negative experiences with like social groups and like friends and like peers, and it might have maybe closed you off a little bit to other people, even as you've grown and become an adult and moved in different ways in your life. Like, you still might be carrying a little bit of that Hold on. Like somebody's like carrying this feeling that like they can't like maybe they can't trust people, or like maybe they've been let down a lot in the past, or maybe people haven't been the nicest or the most kind to them. It could be people like that have been closest to them, like their own family, their closest friends. Like maybe in school, like you had a really negative experience with like peers, and maybe there was some bullying, maybe there was some unfair things that went down and happened, um, that left a mark. It left a feeling. It left something behind. And there's some healing that needs to come forward and like come out, because there's a feeling of letting that part of yourself be free again, like letting that part of yourself share connection again, like allowing yourself to connect with people again and to embrace love again, to embrace the world again, to not be afraid of people, to not be afraid of connection, to not be afraid to let your guard down, to be comfortable with being vulnerable. And there might be a feeling here of like not feeling like you can do that. And that feeling might have created a lot of disharmony in your ability to create connections or to network or to even like asking for help. Feeling like maybe you have to do everything alone. Feeling like nobody like is supportive. That feeling is coming to an end if you allow it to. You see what I'm saying? Like you have to allow that energy to work its way out. But sometimes we can get stuck in a repetitious narrative, and that narrative keeps it alive and keeps it in our field. And it makes it harder to see things sometimes when this is deep. Like I just feel like there's been a lot of negative experiences maybe for somebody, and it's made it hard for someone to connect with a group of people or connect with a collective in general. It's like maybe like you shut that part of it down and you're like, you know what, I'd rather just kind of be more to myself. I'd rather keep to myself. I'd rather, like be like a little bit more reclusive of just not, like I don't like don't go out with, like you don't go out with people, you don't have close friends. Like it's kind of like not in a way that is mean or offensive, but it's from a place of fear. It's from a place of being hurt. It's from a place of not knowing if you can trust people again, not knowing if you can let people in again. And there's energy here that it's needed to be let go. It's needing to let go, needing to trust people, needing to take that leap. To know that sometimes not everybody's going to be the way that the past was. I don't know if that made sense, but I hope it did. Like not everybody today is from the past. And so there are people coming in to be supportive, to be trustworthy, to be good, to bring abundance, to be clear, to be pure. Like there's pureness in this community energy that I'm feeling here. This community is a pure energy. It has good intentions. But then I feel this other feeling of like, I'm not sure if I can trust this. I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm not sure if I can. But no, like you can do this. You can trust this opportunity. Yes, everywhere you go, people will have an opinion, but how you allow that to affect you is totally up to you. And you have the power to not let that affect you. Because there are people who love and support and care and believe in what you believe. And I feel like somebody might have had some negative experiences in the past when it came to either a group of friends or a collective, like some community. Like there's a little bit of a negative feeling from a community, but it's opening up to a new community, finding that community that is that chosen community or chosen family or chosen group of people that you surround yourself with because they are for you, if that makes sense. Because people in the past might have mistreated you or judged you or made fun of you or maybe didn't believe in you, and it caused a narrative to form, and that narrative is not what is. That narrative is not what is. And if any of you are into studying different things and know about, like, you know, participate in manifestation or anything like that, you know your thoughts are very powerful. And so if you have a negative narrative, you could be unintentionally bringing that, like, in a odd kind of, not in a very, like, direct, serious, like, blah, 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 but it's, like, sometimes our thoughts are so powerful. Like, you could be somebody who, like, you think about somebody and they text you, or, like, you think about something and you're like, oh, I just thought about that. Why that? Oh, that just popped up. Like, oh, I just had that just came to me before. Like, why was I thinking about that person and they just texted me? Like, watch your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, be aware of how you are thinking. Those thoughts are, should be, I see somebody, like, going outside, like, doing affirmations. So it's like those thoughts, those dreams, those prayers, those hopes should be spoken, should be heard. But there's a lot of really positive energy here. Genuinely positive energy for the collective. Like, this is a group of people coming together to do something really positive, and there could be an energy of maybe feeling like it can't be achieved because of maybe the situation you're working with, but it can be achieved. Believe in it, because it can be achieved. Whether it's an individual project or a group project or a collective project, whether this is a community coming together or this is a group of people just waking up and deciding, like, you know what, I'm going to step out of this and I'm going to take this leap of faith, and I'm going to reshape my thoughts around this situation, because there is abundance, there is beauty. I can create where I'm at right now. I do have support around me that's coming in. Wishes and dreams and hopes and everything being handed. There's, like, an opportunity that I keep coming back to, where it's like an opportunity coming. And this opportunity is going to be, it's going to be very, okay, so this is going to bring you into what feels more in alignment with you. Like, if you've been doing something that just doesn't feel right, you're like, I just don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I'm really into this. I don't know if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't know if this is my career choice. Like maybe you've had a career for, like, 20 years and you're like, you know, I kind of want to go in this direction and I want to learn this. I feel like there's a reason why you're feeling that. You know, like, there's something that's pushing you to do it, because there's a part of you that knows. And it's like taking your power back in a situation for yourself, you know, to explore that, to live your life. This could also pertain to younger people as well, like figuring out your path. Like, maybe you are in a house that is maybe not super supportive of your dreams, and you're going to figure it out. You're going to make friends. These friends are going to become family to you, and they're going to, you know, whatever your definition of family is, connection, they're going to be your people, and they're going to help and support and guide and offer so much love and so much, they're going to hold so much space for who you are as a person and what your dreams are, and it's beautiful, really. It's beautiful. But obviously with any feeling like that comes something that pushed you, you know what I mean? Like, whether it was the environment that you were in, maybe you weren't in a very nurturing environment, and it's hard for you to break out of that environment. Like, it's so hard for you to break out of that environment because it's all you know, and it's terrifying to go to something that is unknown. But it's that choice that of going towards the unknown that will bring you so much abundance and love that is so deserving. Like you are so deserving of that love, and it's this realization of maybe staying in a position and not having that, not having total fulfillment, where it's like you just feel pulled to something and you're like, I don't want to hurt other people, maybe I don't want to offend somebody, or I don't want to, hurt my parents, or like maybe your parents don't want you to go away to school, but you really want to go away to school, and you're like, hey, this is my dream, I want to do this. Or maybe your family doesn't want you to move away, maybe you've saved up money from years of working, and you're like, you know what, I want a career change, and I want to move somewhere. And maybe some people in your family have a different opinion, or maybe friends have a different opinion, or community has a different opinion. But it's like wherever you're going to is going to bring you what you have been hoping for and dreaming about. Like, there's an opportunity here for really good connection and support from people and support from those around you. But there seems to be a theme of like coming out of something that might not be as supportive. And there's this feeling of not wanting to hurt other people in the process of this move or in the process of this journey. There's a lot here with it. But just know that the decision you make is going to be great. It's going to work out. So let's pull like one more card. Harmony. See what I'm saying? You got harmony. It's a 10. It's finding peace. It's finding serenity. It's being at ease with yourself. It's knowing in your mind and your heart that you're connected, and that you're in tune with yourself, and that you're honoring yourself, and that you're respecting yourself, and that you're loving on yourself, and that you're taking care of yourself. And even going back to the food thing, I mean, you might be getting judged for something about like food, and it's like, I don't know, maybe you live with a family and they like say for example, this is just an example, but say for example you have a gluten allergy, or maybe you're vegan and the rest of your family eats gluten and they're not vegans, and they don't really care to be mindful of your feelings towards food, or like they don't, maybe there's not a lot of effort on their end to like show interest in that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's something, like maybe like you're in a family and say you're a vegan and you're like, like, oh, I can't eat that, but if you walk into a family dinner and it's all stuff you can't eat, you know what I mean? And it's like like that little bit of, like, that consideration, where you're going to find people who do take that into consideration, who would go out of their way to make something that is vegan, and so that you can feel a part of the dinner. You know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds crazy, but it's like, that's the example that I'm being given, is like, I'm seeing somebody who has like a totally different like food choice, and they're like, I'm a vegan, or I can't eat this, I don't eat meat, and then they're going somewhere where everybody else is eating meat, and they're like not being respectful of the person who doesn't, or who doesn't eat that. And so it's this feeling of dismissal. It's this feeling of not having the support even when it comes down to food. Because maybe you can't eat certain types of meat, and everyone around you is like, I'm going to eat it anyway, I'm making it anyway, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I can't eat that. Like, I keep, like, it's, like, I don't know how else to describe it, because, like, that's the scene that I see in my head. But beyond that, you're going to come to a place where you have the friends and the chosen people around you who do respect that and appreciate that and are mindful of that and share that in common, or maybe have an interest in it. Like, like maybe you don't have anybody around you that enjoys vegan food, but you're going to meet somebody who loves vegan food, or you're going to meet a group of people who love eating vegan food. I don't know. Like, it's just, that's the example that came to me, was being vegan. So I don't know if somebody, like, because here's plant medicine, and it's like, I don't know, there's a connection. And so I don't know, maybe somebody has an interest in vegan food, or maybe they just like it and they want to incorporate it in their diet, and the people around them are just kind of being really opinionated about it. But it's like, you know what? It's not for them. It's for you, and it's what makes you feel good. And if that's what makes you feel good, then that's all that matters, because you're the one eating the food. You know what I mean? Like, as simple as that sounds, but it's a real problem for some people, especially in the environments that they're in. And some people don't have control over, who buys the food or who gets the food, and who, some people are in a different situation. So there's a situation here where it's like, having to put up with something and then finally getting to a place where there's so much abundance and help and assistance and support and interest in things and just respect. So there's a lot of different avenues that we can go down with this, but having the harmony come out really is beautiful because it's bringing everything together, and it's bringing mind and body together, and like feeling at peace and feeling healthy and feeling serene and feeling, just at one with yourself. You have friends. Like dolphins can symbolize friendships, and there's, friendships coming in that are going to be so supportive, that are just going to bring so much harmony and peace. And that's beautiful. It really is. Totally beautiful. I hope this music isn't too loud and flags my video. But I'm telling you, this is a really good read. So don't feel let down. Like don't be hard on yourself. Know that everything is coming to you. Just be ready for it. Be open for it. Don't shut the world out. Don't shut people out. Let people in. Know that you have the wisdom within yourself to know the difference between people's intentions. And I feel like somebody's like doubting themselves with that. Like, I don't know if like you doubt like whether or not you can like see that, and like I don't know if somebody's just had a lot of negative experiences with people and it's like, I'm just gonna shut everybody out because I don't trust people. But it's like, know that you have the wisdom to decipher who is like the past and who is not the past, if that makes sense. So I really hope that these messages helped, and I really look forward to trying to just show up more consistently on here. It's just a little patchy because of my school schedule, but just know that I am still around and didn't go anywhere. I just needed to really focus on myself and really needed to take that time for my family and for me and for just my life in general. Just it happens, but I plan on being here, and I plan on doing readings when I can, and I plan on uploading when I can. I don't have a consistent schedule right now, and so I do apologize for that, but I will do as much as I can when I can. It'll probably be more so on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, depending on what's going on. But I do genuinely love and appreciate all of your support. It really means the world to me. And I'm so happy to connect again and to, reshare these messages in general, because, we just need a rest period sometimes, and it's okay. And if somebody is struggling with that and is struggling with feeling maybe like they can't, or maybe feeling guilty for taking a rest period, or maybe feeling like, oh, I don't have the time to do that, I don't have time to rest. No, you have to rest. Like, seriously, when I tell you that the universe will literally put you on your ass, it will. Especially if you need to be present. Like, the universe will be like, stop it, halt, enough. Like, oh my gosh. But it's been good. Like, overall, it's been really good. And I really am grateful for where I'm at today, and I'm grateful to just be able to still share and connect with you guys. And so just know that I've just been in college, I've just been doing my thing. I decided to go back to school and, just kind of figure things out and, try a new path, and it's been really good so far. So I'll be around, and we'll talk soon, guys. I appreciate it, and I love you all. Enjoy your week and weekends, and we'll talk soon. Take care.